right, so welcome to D&D. My name is
Happy
Jeff.
birthday, Scott!
Yay, it's my birthday.
There you go. Yeah, sorry we're late, and that's why we're late. Scott had birthday plans. I'm joined tonight by Scott, obviously from Scott Dog Gaming over there, the birthday girl, princess. We got Kevin over there. I don't know where I'm pointing, but somewhere. And Kyle and Jordan.
Yeah, that's me.
All from True Friends Gaming and their various other channels and stuff like that. So, guys, where are we? What are we doing?
We are on Roll20 and Discord.
Yes, well, exactly. Yeah. But in game, who wants to bring everybody up to date, up to speed? What happened last week?
Do the joke of being D&D in a nutshell again.
I'm D&D in a nutshell.
We all jumped into a massive.
Okay, so we found a village after the book
of goblins.
Of goblins, and we weren't sure whether they wanted to kill us or not. However, they said that we could be friends if we take part in their festivities.
I also learned how to use Thieves' Camp.
Maybe.
You learned still debatable.
You learned that no one here knows Thieves' Camp.
Yes, that you did learn.
Yeah, so we've got to take part in a wrestling match. We found out who our opponents were and that they've been champions for the last 3 times in a row, maybe more than that.
Much because apparently
we can't remember.
Festivals once a week.
Yeah, and that we used cunning ploy to find out some information on one of the opponents and bribe them to lose.
We also kind of got the idea that because this is a book, it's kind of like a Groundhog's Day type situation, but on a larger scale than one day. But I think it's like maybe a week long, and that no one's ever actually left the area of.
No one's ever died.
Pertains.
Which is why I think we should kill someone.
Or everyone.
Yeah.
Although we could probably just leave the book and burn it, right?
Maybe.
Do you have the return book?
I mean, that would probably end all of our issues right there. Just destroy the book.
We haven't really got any issues, to be honest with you. We're supposed to be looking for someone, but we can't really be bothered.
Well, other than like 3 different parties have walked into a bar and tried to arrest us, to be like, "Where's the book?"
Perhaps we could just give the book back.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone's looking for us.
Just some weird gang of mafioso.
Oh yeah,
town guard.
I remember.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we're fine.
Oh, and I guess maybe possibly the mage guy that killed the bartender that had the book to begin with.
I think he went into the book.
Yeah, he went into the book.
Yeah, it's probably this cool little fireball guy that's hanging out with us. They've never met before.
That's right. You guys do have a cute little baby fireball.
Yeah, he did use super fireball spell.
Yeah.
We should douse him.
Did we end up what?
Did you guys end up naming said cute little fireball guy?
Ignitus Pyronius.
I think we should name it Carlton.
So we call him Carlton for short.
There you go.
That's short for Ignitus Pyronius, whatever I said. I mean, that I cleverly thought of over the past week.
Yes, exactly. That along with the song we have for Scott later.
Of course, for his birthday.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yo, mother effer, you 38. Oh.
Whoa! Don't add years to me, mate.
I was gonna make it go. I was gonna go up and then bring it down like the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, I see.
Oh, he was gonna drop them ages.
Just 38 verses.
Well, no, it's actually just be 38 to 37, and then we finish the song because that's how old he is.
Don't tell everybody. People still think I'm young and sprightly.
19.
Do they, Scott?
He's 17.
I do.
Okay.
I think I'm young and sprightly.
Ever since he left the retirement home, people have started saying he looked younger.
Yes, exactly.
He's got a case of Benjamin Button.
You wait till I shave my beard off. Everyone will be like, "Wow, you look like you're about 12."
You did once, didn't you?
Yeah.
When we met? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good because when you're fat, the wrinkles go away.
Is that why I'm so wrinkly?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've all seen how wrinkly you are. We don't want to see that again.
For real.
Whoa.
Bro, check out his weenus.
Reminds me of the turkey at Christmas. Right, let's get on with it.
Because it's got so many feathers.
No, I mean it's really small and got a
wonderful plumage.
It's really small and got a gaping end.
And it's dead and doesn't work.
It just flops there.
You like to stuff it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, let's...
Anyway, guys, so last time You spent a little time wandering around the village, seeing people and everything, but probably for the past hour or so, about an hour ago, they led you to a dressing room of sorts where you've kind of just been enclosed. You've been able to kind of talk things through, plan things out. You guys can use this time if you want to make it.
Can I just stop you? Were you laughing at how Kevin's frozen, Jordan?
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. Good. Carry on.
I didn't realize he was frozen. I thought he was just that enraptured with what I was saying.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, he was
Wait, was
really,
it frozen
really
the entire
interested.
time?
Yeah, it's like you were
Yeah.
thinking about the conversation we were having in a bit too much detail.
Yeah, right. He was.
That's kind of how I imagined what he was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
I didn't think I was that good at this. Jeez. So, you've been kind of in the dressing room for the past hour or so. Did you guys have anything you wanted to discuss before anything happens?
Can we
service to the dressing room?
Can we remember the names of our opponents? Ted or Jim or someone? Jim.
Jim.
Jim was
Well,
one
yeah,
of them, I think.
it was just today, earlier today. Yeah, you know of Avrak. is
Avrak
one
and
of
Jim.
them, and Jim is the
Okay.
other one.
And Jim is the
you-
one that we blackmailed.
What was
Jim
Avrak's
is the one
title
you-
again?
Avrak the Bold, I believe. Or
I
Avrak the
saw you
Mighty?
look over there to remember his name,
Yeah.
so I thought I'd ask to see if you didn't, since you didn't write it down.
I did not write that down. No. Avrak the Forgettable. No,
I think it was.
So, but for the record, you did in fact challenge. You said that you had 3 fighters with
Yeah.
you and challenged him to a 3v3.
Yeah.
So there is a third unknown fighter.
Bob.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you? No, you can't. Your character doesn't know that yet.
I'm going to ask these guys whilst they're in the dressing room if they know anything about
Hey, I'm
wrestling.
putting my pants on now.
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm going to ask if they know anything about wrestling, and every time I walk past them, I'm going to tap them all on the arse like an American football quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair.
American football.
Just don't smack my tail.
I'll say,
Anyone can.
tight end. Kevin, wide receiver.
Running back, rear end.
Anyone can roll a deck save to dodge.
I found
that
my
if you
sinner.
want.
Have you seen my sack record?
Yes.
That's why he's the quarterback.
I've seen your sack record numerous times.
Good thing we're playing football today.
Okay, have any of you wrestled before?
I don't, but I do have +5 dexterity.
That's not a thing. I can see you're quite dexterous, Apollo. You should be good at wrestling.
All the dexterity.
Do we know anything about the rules in terms of anything goes, or?
I used to wrestle my siblings.
They did, in fact, say no holds barred to someone when they mentioned it.
We can use any weapon but a bar.
Well, we could make sure
And we
there's
can't
no
hold
weapons apart from
Or
your
hold
claws.
Bar,
As long as we don't hold bars, we're fine.
Jordan, bar fight.
Bar fight.
No bar fight.
Bar fight.
Okay. What about you,
That kind of character.
Uki?
I feel like I do pretty well.
Do you have any special skills? Can you like turn to stone rather than the stone that you are?
Rather than molten stone.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, we need a finishing move.
I can pull out my armatar.
The human ladder.
The human pyramid.
With 3 people.
Yeah.
That's the distraction. We'll have Uki get up on. Actually, no, it'll be Apollo. Apollo gets up on Uki and my shoulders, and then we just punch him in the face, and then then Apollo
just a
jumps
freaking
down.
cheerleading
Yeah.
routine.
A human centipede.
Could you?
Yeah,
use
you're
your...
right. So we attach each other by the anus and the mouth, and then we start
Yes.
whipping each other around.
Whipping each other around into
The
a
person
tornado
in back
smack
spins while the person in front does this.
And
Yeah.
then Soren casts Hershey squirt onto the last one.
him. Oh my god.
Could
perfect.
you do anything with your fur? Could you like make sure they get it in their mouths?
It
Um,
keep them warm.
If their mouth is open,
Perfect. That's a ploy you should go for. Because there's nothing more infuriating than when you get a hair in your mouth and you can't quite get it. Yeah.
Do you,
That is
Soren,
true.
Do you happen to have any pockets
Bazzy.
in?
Who are
You
you
have what?
asking?
Pocket sand.
No.
Do you have a spell that requires sand?
No. I'm a
Well,
sorcerer, mate. I don't need stuff like that.
No, I'm talking about Kevin.
Can I dip my fists into the sleeping potion that I have?
So like,
Hopefully, you don't have any cuts.
so like
Yeah.
you want to apply it to your fists, so when you punch
Yeah.
them,
They fall
Yeah.
asleep. You said you wanted creativity.
I did say I wanted creativity. It would not work from your fist. You'd
Can
have
I-
to find something.
Can I find?
So
can I
what
look
you're
in the room for a pair of
saying
gloves?
is
Some
Claws.
mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
Gloves?
claws.
Gloves could work. Kitty
Claws.
cat claws could work.
What if
Deposit
you
clause,
what
whatever.
if you put it in your mouth, don't say a word, and then kiss one of your opponents?
That could work if you could hold it in your mouth for that long.
You always
during the
put it in
middle
your
of a
mouth
fight?
and don't say a word, Scott.
I
Some
could
sort of
do
hand
that.
wrapping.
They would never expect that though.
But now would be the time to apply any poisons or anything. Get
Alright,
prepared.
I can't. I'm still here with my potion set.
Can
making
I
my
search the room for any sort of gloves? They don't need. They don't need to match.
Go ahead. Do a roll. Why not?
All right.
Jordan, by now you've stopped
I got
drinking your
a
potions
16.
and everything because they kind of ushered you away into the changing room
Okay,
I don't know,
Well, I'll
me-
get back to that then.
in the All right. Okay.
I mean, after we're done, after we get everything solved and finished.
Okay. What's your
I rolled a 16.
You're in a back storage area. There's no gloves per se around, but you can easily find like some cloth that you're able to rip and wrap around your hands to make like makeshift
All
gloves.
right.
They're not going to add any armor or anything, but you will be able to put poison on them.
Okay.
if you'd like.
I'm gonna dip those into the potion, and I'm gonna wrap them around Rocky style.
I would do it the other way around and wrap them around your hand and then
All right, we'll go with that.
poison them. But I mean, yeah, that would be me.
We'll go with that. God intervened.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
You really are like Apollo Creed.
Are you gonna run up the steps and down the steps again?
Right.
And then get freaking knocked the F out by a Russian.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
Adrian.
That's the first one.
So
It's all
are my fists now
the same.
considered improvised weapons?
No, your fists would be your fists. I explained earlier in the chat how it was going to work. For those of you watching at home, any attack rolls are going to be able to do with their highest attack roll, i.e., say Jordan. He's a ranger. He might do a flying, I don't know, kick to the face to someone, but when he rolls his attack, it'll be with his bow attack.
Dexterity. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was dexterity. I didn't know it was my bow attack.
Yeah, your bow attack. We're gonna treat it like it's,
So that's
the
if we had
game, but
weapons.
right,
As if we had
exactly,
weapons.
exactly. It's cosmetically gonna look different, but mechanically, it's the same fight as D&D.
Okay.
So yes, you now have each one of your fists has a a potion of sleep on it. One use per one. You'll have to take an action to reapply.
Also,
do-
for
are-
those taking score at home, this is my first time taking notes during the session.
Or ever.
That's one more note than Jesse's taken, which is quite nice.
Yes, yeah, actually. What are you keeping track of your uses of that potion? Because you used another one trying to get it in.
More like
Scott's
I
mouth.
want it. More like I'm probably gonna draw what I'm gonna do during the match.
No, but are you keeping track of the sleep potion? How much you have left? Because remember, you have.
Yeah, I already used one. I already used because Jordan used a couple times for the arrows. I remember.
No, you
No, we
didn't
never
use it
actually
yet.
did it.
Yeah.
We never did it.
You
But-
guys talked about it.
Assuming that I still have 9 uses.
So
7 now.
you have to take away 2 for those.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's fine.
it'll be 7 now. And any other, just keep track of that is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
It'll be good. All right. Any other preparations or anything?
I would like to
wanna oil
straighten my
body
tie.
Okay, roll a straightening roll. No, you're good. You're looking pretty nice tonight. You know, everyone's
Thanks, man.
kind of, you know, brightening up their armor a little bit, kind of straightening up. It's a good feeling going through the dressing room tonight. Probably about
Apollo's advances if he failed his straight roll.
Starts kissing everyone in the room.
And it's roll any dex saves if you want to dodge that. No. So probably about 15, 20 minutes before it's actually time. Little goblin, he looks like, you know, he's a little frantic. He looks like he's trying to make sure everything's perfect. You know, he wants this to go good. It comes rushing in, and he's like, okay. What are you guys called again?
The village people.
Village people.
The village people.
The village people.
Hello, Kevin waited for us to say.
What are all your names?
One Trina.
Solar bomb.
I'm never gonna remember that. All right,
Perfect.
Mr. Blaze.
who's the fighters? Who's the manager? Who's who?
Me.
Yes, him.
Okay.
I just stand there in my suit, looking down and looking at him.
He points at Kevin and goes, "You can introduce him. Come with me." And he brings you out of the tent. So now Kevin, you're gone out of the tent, and it's just the three of you left there.
I was working on. Oh, never mind. Go get him, Kevin.
He has this very long page of an introduction he had written out. And
That's why we were late for today's session.
I'm gonna put it back over here. Hold on. Okay, carry on.
Delete.
You could stop
for
it.
next time.
No, it's fine. It's fine. They were terrible.
Um,
I was calling Uki the cookie cutter. I don't know where that came from.
The cookie cutter.
The old Ookie Cookie.
Yeah.
Cookie.
So anything you three want to do at all or anything? The three that are left?
I'm gonna put my hand in the middle. I'm gonna put my hand in the middle and hold it out.
I look at it and I just sit there staring at the hand.
Earth.
Pause in. Pause in.
Yeah.
Oh. I put my head under it and I do that thing and
Okay.
nuzzle it.
Uki.
Yeah, I'll put my
I'm
hand
gonna
on top.
say construction worker, policeman, Indian, some other things.
That's a
The
regular-
village people.
Cop, policeman, yeah, the policeman again.
I mean, you guys feel inspired.
Du, du, du.
They just start putting their hands in the air.
All right, guys. So,
Oh my goodness.
welcome.
There's a lot of identical people here.
That's the ugliest rope I've ever seen.
You three are not there yet. Apollo, you are brought into this cave that you didn't really see the entrance before, but
Cave match.
they kind of they lead you back behind the tent where they're keeping you and everything, and there's just this dark hole in the middle of the ground. You kind of go down
man.
hole.
That's an anus.
That's a
Yeah.
big anus. No, and you're led underground to this large cavern.
It's like looking at Earth from the back.
The weird part is, any second I'm waiting for like the Looney Tunes symbol to pop out.
Is that what happens?
It is
Or the
really-
SMG logo.
It is really gross looking though.
Yeah.
It has a wrinkled
I didn't.
butthole.
I didn't.
That's some of my tail hairs.
Oh, hell. It's like when you're a dog.
I was
Like-
never a dog. My character's a cat.
Okay, it's like when your cat poops and there's like a hair sticking out of its butt.
So is this another picture you got off the internet? I don't
Yeah.
want to know what you were searching.
It zooms out and yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
a pig.
Oh
like that
no!
one. It's like
I,
that
didn't,
one
I
episode.
actually didn't search it. That's my dog's butthole. Just a close-up picture.
It's like that episode of Parks and Rec where Jerry prints the menus wrong, and then it's just pictures of his dog's anus.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
carry on,
So,
Jesse. Sorry.
Apollo, you are led to this cavern where there's
I
a
am
bunch
getting
of
red.
goblins all
Oh,
around
man, the
cheering
goblins.
and
Oh, no.
yelling. There's
Oh, so
magic
loud.
there's magic lights that are kind of
Awesome,
moving
magical.
through, and
Man, they're moving.
they lead you up these stairs that are down this way, and
Dang,
up onto
stairs?
the dais, and you're standing next to the chief, the
Oh,
guy
man,
in
hi,
charge, and he kind of greets you and
Oh, hi.
claps you on the back.
Shut up.
And says,
Sorry, keep going.
all right, are you ready?
I told
Oh,
you.
can I
shut up.
talk now?
No, it's funnier when you were just talking over,
Yeah.
acknowledging everything in real time.
I like it.
Yes.
You ready? All right, awesome. Well, we're very excited for this, as you can see. You look out through the crowd, and everyone's kind of. It has that energy of like a pre-fight kind of crowd. Everyone's kind of jostling each other and everything, and you can see. It's tough to see from this picture, but if you see these 4 posts.
I see him, all right.
Yeah, that's kind of where the ring is centered. It's centered on the.
Yeah, that
bottom.
ring is definitely centered in there.
Oh, it's almost like a square.
So you can kind of sense the energy growing in the place. The lights are kind of flashing a little more exciting, and then all of a sudden, all the lights go out.
Rock. You smell.
And
Du, du, du.
That'd be so good.
Yep.
If
and
I become a wrestler, I want that to be my intro song.
that would be
It would come
awesome.
out like completely straight faced and serious, but it's playing that.
Just the intro is like super heavy metal, and then it just changes
That
into
like
the YMCA theme.
angry walk to the ring, like.
Starts out just playing like Demu Borg here. Just like,
Yeah.
So, large bonfire behind you, Apollo, and the
man.
head guy lights up, and it becomes
Head
the
guy.
only the
Chief.
chief.
Is it just the guy that's ahead, or
How
No, it's
can
the
I
chief.
not think of the word chief?
Okay.
Anyway, so it lights up behind them and you two, and it's glowing really nice. And the chief says, "Welcome again," and everyone goes
Yay.
crazy.
Yay.
They're all screaming and shouting. And he kind of motions for them to quiet down and everything. He's like, "Tonight we have a very special festival tonight.
the same
That's
one we
what
have
that
every week.
For the first time ever in our proud village, outsiders." And the place goes wild. And he kind of motions for them to quiet again. "Aren't you guys excited? They've agreed to be a part of our festivities tonight. So, without a further ado, let us introduce our challengers." And he kind of leans over to you. "Hey, man, you're on. You. Go.
Just for the record, I'm giving Uki a shoulder rub in the dressing room.
And I am in a ball sleeping at his feet.
Uki,
sorry.
how are you reacting
cat
to the?
nap.
There you go. How are you reacting to the shoulder rub? Feel good?
I mean, the
Yeah.
coach is preparing him for the fight. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
Hey, fair enough.
It's like a boxing match.
You say to the chief, does it ever feel like we've been cut to?
He's Uki weather.
And the chief kind of nudges you. "Come on, they're waiting." You can tell the entire place is quiet.
Stall
At
him!
this-
I haven't
at
finished the
this
shoulder
point-
rub. Stall him! I've got a royal up Uki.
Apollo just goes, I wasn't expecting to be making an announcement, but
Come on, man, out with it. Let's go.
I am Solar Face.
Wait,
Everyone kind of just looks at each other.
he's got to do the awkward pause. It's so much better.
Yeah.
Waiting for a response.
And the chief leans over. He's like, "What'd you say? Solar
Sorry,
face?"
can I check? Did we hear that in the dressing room?
Oh yeah, you
I-
definitely heard that.
In that case, all you can hear is laughter from me back out to the.
It wakes me up.
Yeah, you could hear his laughter from the back of the room, because by this point, you guys have actually been ushered out to I mean, here.
Is he
Are we,
still
like, at
walking, rubbing his shoulders as we walk?
Are we like at the door? That's yeah.
You're kind of
Okay.
like at the door there. You're right outside.
In that case, all you can see is me hear me crying with laughter and saying "solar face" over and over again.
And so the guy's like, all right, if you say so. Come on, carry on.
You didn't give me a lot of time to come up with a name, to be fair.
Only a week.
Not a week.
Plot twist, I actually came up with that a week ago.
I've been working on this for a week.
When people don't remember me.
It's like the first Spider-Man film where he's just like, what is it? I'm the human spider.
Yeah.
No, we got my name wrong. It's the human spider.
So I just tell the chiefs like, if it's really a big deal, I'll change it later, but I'll just focus on the fight for now.
Just carry on, man.
I mean, one of their names is Jim. Come on.
We got a time limit here.
Yeah.
And he kind of.
Okay. So introducing my partners in crime, the village people.
At this point, all the lights behind everyone like kind of blare to life, and it gets all bright in there.
Okay. I walk out in like the Undertaker's old outfit where it's like the big coat type deal, and I've got the hat on, and I rip it off. And I'm in a policeman's uniform for the village people. But I'm totally stern the way actually walking out.
And it's to boo, boo, boo.
Yeah. But it's being
It's
played
like in minor key.
yeah, but like the goblins are playing, but they're on like old horns and stuff. So it's like it's really cool.
Like kinda out of
You
You can't see the music.
Okay.
Oki's introduction.
So that's
and I walk down, and I got to do a thing where you walk up to it, and I pounce up on, instead of like climbing onto it, I pounce up onto the. Is it a normal like pole that's in like a normal wrestling ring?
Yeah, they're actually like.
And I jump on there and I start clawing at it, and then
Other-
I climb on top of it, and I start making like a bed on top, and then I jump down onto the mat, and then I cuddle up into a ball and wait.
nice.
That's my.
Are there ropes on the ring, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I climb up and I try and go through the middle rope and then duck underneath the bottom one.
Introducing. Apollo suddenly just shouts out.
He waits till we're all almost there.
I'm just waiting because he heard Soren laughing the loudest. So he's like,
Everybody the same name.
so introducing the one in the suit. You know him. You love him. Wiener face.
Oh, okay.
All the goblins kind of
That's
Duh.
at
Professor.
each other. And
That's Professor Wienerface.
That we know is his surname.
Sorry, were they giving me a slow clap?
they kind of like the smattering of applause that are just kind of confused, like. Okay.
There's the guy in the front holding the sign that says I'm holding a sign, and then there's someone else holding one
Yes.
that says there's a sign in my way.
My other side says something clever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, I forgot the name.
So Sora just walks in and
I'm just gonna
If
glare at.
anybody
I'm gonna
wastes-
glare at everyone in the crowd if they're slow clapping me.
And in the other corner, we have
The other
the
corner.
vicious Tamazi,
What?
the Underkitty.
Underquaker.
Underquake.
The undercarriage.
Hey, just because the arena's based off of it.
yeah, well, you know.
Yep.
Oh.
And then last
Loki's
but
going
not
through the whole
least-
intro.
Yeah, right.
Last
Maybe.
but not least,
He's just run off and he's got his lycra
he's a
pants on.
fire in my heart. I love him.
Way to stall.
Ulquiorra.
So he doesn't even get a stage name.
I mean, if you want to yell one out, that's fine.
No.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'll walk in.
What was his number in the Bleach?
I think
Espada, like,
4.
eight-
It was
or-
4.
Number 4.
Is Stone Cold
No.
Steve Austin on Bleach? Oh.
I didn't know he drank bleach. Wow, jeez.
Why do you think he got so freaking ripped? He's a rattlesnake after all.
That makes sense now. So it
Wait, why
wasn't
is the
beers,
manager
he
in
was
the ring?
drinking like crazy. Why is the manager in the
Are
ring?
you
I don't
just
know.
now realizing this?
The
Vince McMahon liked to go up there all the time. So Triple H, whenever
They
No,
haven't
he's
come into the
Professor
ring.
Wienerface.
They haven't come into the ring yet. I'm doing my stage presence. I'm like
Yeah.
snarling at people.
Just throwing money at people.
Yeah.
after all the introductions, the chief kind of looks at you like, anything else?
Nope. And I jump
He-
down.
Well, he kind of slaps you on the back, and what he does, he kind of pushes you down off.
All right, I fall down on my face.
Well, no, it's not like that. You kind of just stumble.
All
over
right,
it,
I roll down the
Alright.
mountain and I jump into the ring.
Currently, I'm walking between Uki and Earth and just slapping him on the backside. Then walking to the other one, slapping him on the backside. Walking to the other one, slapping him on the backside.
That's how I got the Sora on mine that you see in the arena.
Yes.
That's why it's
exactly.
cracked around
That's why
the
it's so
edges.
red.
As soon as
raw,
Apollo rolls in,
Yeah.
I'm slapping him on the
Pulsating.
backside.
Pulsating.
Mean you are getting their blood pounding.
At this point, my tail is like this.
Butthole fully exposed. All right, so at that, the lights start dimming. So once again, you know, it's just this bonfire behind the chief, and he goes, "And now, everyone, you know what time it is.
I
Your
complain that I can't see the
champions!"
chief because the fire's behind him. So actually, the light would be making his frame actually disappear for me. So the light would be blending him out. So
Oh
I'm just
yeah, that
complaining
totally is.
So I'm complaining about that while he's talking.
That's fair. He doesn't care. I mean, he to him, he sees everything he needs, so he's good. So what the hell does he care? But anyway, so he says, "You're champions," and the lights come back up. The crowd goes wild, and out from the little alcove over this way, Avrak comes jumping in. He jumps over this little bit here. And kind of comes up into the ring, stands over on this side. Jim comes bouncing in from the
other
same
side of the
way
screen.
you guys came.
And then I run up and I stop the intro early and I give him a German suplex.
Do you?
No, not yet.
You could.
I
All
know I
right,
can't,
so
but
While Jim
I'm
is
gonna-
coming,
and take away Jesse's opportunity to do an intro for both of these characters that he has to come up with on the spot. No way.
while Jim is
Hell
walking
yeah.
in, I get out of the ring and I wink at him.
and he kind
That's
of
how she squirt.
averts his gaze and is kind of looking around, hoping no one notices as he kind of.
He zips his pants. Oh.
Once you do look at him, like his enthusiasm gets cut a tiny bit, but he's trying to. It's almost as if he's trying to hide it.
Hi.
There's only two opponents. We've got
Hi.
this.
And
Did I go
then
to
their
this one?
buddy Trundle comes in, and he's
What? He has a staff. That's cheating.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
they said
act
no,
like
but they said you can't hold bars. That was the one rule. No holding bars.
Look, it kind of from his hand. It looks like he's kind of shooting that line out.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
or
really-
that,
Yeah.
He
or
is,
shove that in the butthole.
he is actually, because once he gets there, he's shooting. No, I'm kidding.
Takes a what?
He takes a butthole
Oh no, I thought
from
you said
each of
never
you.
mind.
So
Um,
just
we're gonna
oh,
censor the butthole in the video, right?
That's pretty graphic.
Yeah.
It literally looks like a butthole. Who said this is okay?
Not Twitch.
Maybe looks more like a the eye that Sasuke has in
No,
Naruto.
but his eye didn't look like a fucking butthole.
I've zoomed in as close
Yeah,
as I can
dude.
get to it, just for everybody to.
nice.
Now Scott is in
Yep.
the butthole.
He is in the butthole. He is one with the butthole. All right. When all the three of your opponents, once they're actually in and around the ring, the place goes crazy. Everyone cheering. It's loud as hell in here, and everyone gets excited. And the chief kind of makes his motion again to quiet everybody down. And he's like, "All right, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Let's get ready to party!" Everybody roll initiative.
Rumble. Oh, what? They didn't do their intro.
They didn't even have an
Yeah.
intro.
What a-
Do I
Needs
need
an
to?
intro.
Do I need to roll?
15.
Everyone needs to roll initiative.
Oh man, I thought I was just gonna
Even
sit here and
Soren?
watch.
Oh,
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
you could take your turn to just sit there and watch.
I got
but
a 3.
Going last. Either one.
I have 23.
Very nice.
Nice.
I got 5 in total.
I got 15 for mine.
I got 6.
So you'll get tagged in.
Yeah.
Which one's the closest to me, by the way? The guy that's surprisingly pointing at the butthole.
Oh, you don't see the names?
No.
Nope.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I know
You
you said
might need to
the-
go
this
into
guy's
advance.
Yep.
Yeah,
Advance.
no.
I don't like how this guy is pointing at me.
I don't like how the wizard is shooting spiderweb at Soren out of his hand.
You don't want to see what the wizard is going to be shooting when it gets to my turn.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
where spiderweb comes from, though.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Trundle.
Awesome.
Trundle.
Trundle.
What, you don't like
Yeah,
that?
don't you remember saying Trundle? Oh, this guy needs a cool power, too.
Okay, Earth. Guess what?
Oh, yeah.
You get
What?
to start us off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get rid of that. Anyway,
Get him, you bum!
come on, Rocky, you bum.
Holy crap. Oh, pardon
Well,
me.
Avrak is horribly distracted.
Yeah, with
Um,
all types of sneezes and
I
trying
immediately
to...
break the one rule by grabbing Avrak's head and smashing it into the bar behind it.
The
and
one
then
ring.
how many moves do we like? How long is an action per se?
Can
Can it be a bunch of ridiculous stuff? It just still adds up to the same amount of damage.
possibly depend on, like, what are you trying to do?
So I want to hit his head backward, like where the back of his head hits the pole, right? And then he
Okay.
slides down it like that onto it. So while he's still sitting there on the ground, I'm going to jump over the ropes and then grab around the top and grab his head and pull up on it into the pole over and over, and then flip over the top onto him in between his legs and try and pin him down right there as
Okay.
my opening move.
Okay. All right, give us a roll.
Just one roll?
Well, an attack roll.
And that's plus, you said my bow stuff?
It's your normal what you would attack with.
Yeah, so that's 17, I think.
Against...
Or 16.
That's against
Against Aardvark, the Thirst Mutilator.
Aardvark. Yeah, that hits. Why don't you roll up with some damage? You pull off this amazing, thing.
Yeah, does roll 20 seem kind of slow to me, everyone else?
A little bit
Um,
laggy. I'm getting a little
It's
lag.
always got a little bit of lag.
Yeah.
And
Usually not
that's
that bad though.
plus my proficiency, right? Or plus,
That would be plus your. Well,
plus dex.
what's your damage for your bow?
It was just 1d8, but I can't remember what I add for some reason to that
Dex.
guy.
It'll be dex. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 4 plus 3, 7.
Cool.
I can math.
Yep.
So what is your? Why don't you give me a dex roll?
Okay,
Because you did say you tried to get him in a pin, like right away.
that's 11. Yeah,
Okay.
that's an early pin. I don't expect much, other than him to lose it. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, you kind of get him there for a 1, but he pops up. And he's
Okay.
he's sitting there. About this time, the bell goes off. Both Jim and Trundle are back, out of the ring. And yeah. All right. Anything else you are doing, sir?
no! Do you see how amazing that move was that I successfully pulled off with one roll?
I mean,
good.
that was pretty awesome. I really was. It was a good opening gambit.
You said you wanted successful, and I used to watch a lot of wrestling in the '90s, so I know my stuff.
You're ready. Well, unfortunately though, it's
He died.
Avrek's turn.
You pulled his head off.
Oh, God.
So see, you get him in that one pin, and he kind of kicks out, and you
Good use of your action, Avrak. Sorry, go on.
turnover. No, so you being a little excited that you pulled off this sweet ass move and everything, you kind of are kind of cheering, and you kind of look to your two buddies on the other side of the ring to like, hey guys, look what I did. And of course, he uses this time to grab you and try and slam you down onto the mat. Just plain old, body slam. He kind of kicks behind you.
That's all right. This is like my normal wrestling with my siblings.
I'm guessing a 9 doesn't work.
No, it does not.
So he like grabs you and goes to throw you down on the ground.
And I grab his neck and slam him on the ground.
he kind of holds you and is like, and he tries to do it again, and he's just stuck. So he's kind of holding you, but he couldn't get you down.
Okay, so there's no countering. Got it.
No, well, not until your turn per se. I got Apollo, you are up.
Okay.
For the record, you warned of this before. It is no holds bar, but it is supposed to be one person in the ring at a time, it's like a tag thing. But I mean, there's no holds bar, so.
All right,
That's okay. Go take out the people outside the ring. Go kick the crap out of Trundle.
So I'm gonna get a running. I'm gonna go diagonal this way real quick
and do a flip out of the ring onto Trundle.
Close enough, and then I'm gonna get a running start onto Trundle. Keeping in mind that my hands are covered in sleep potion, I don't want to touch him yet.
Nice.
So I jump over the ropes.
Okay.
And I land on his shoulders, like knees on between each side of his head. And using the momentum of the fall, I flip him over so that he's onto this square.
Gotta put the elbows on down.
Yeah.
So, you're not looking to use your hands in any way?
Yeah, I want to damage him using my feet.
He just wants to kick the crap out of Trundle first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like basically slam him into the ground using a flip.
All right, let's give me an acrobatics first, I guess.
I'm playing to my advantages here.
And your dice almost rolled into the butthole. That would have been bad.
They almost did. So
I'm not seeing dice for some reason.
Would have been sucked right into it. I
Uh,
actually don't
maybe
see
a
dice
16.
either. 16 will be. Where is he? Oh, come on.
I do believe they are showing up on stream.
Yeah, as long as Scott's seeing it.
Yeah, it's showing for me.
Yeah, okay, you're able to do that. Why don't you give me a bit of attack roll? So the 16 gets you over the rope without touching anything, and your feet are flying at his face and at his shoulders.
Okay. So just to see if I attack now.
Yep. See if you hit him or if you go flying off into the audience.
That would be a 10.
10, unfortunately, does not hit. So
Damn
you're able to jump up and over the ropes fine. And everything's heading his way. He just kind of leans a tiny bit, and you're so focused on trying not to use your hands and like trying to make sure that you kind of miss him, and you go flying a little bit. You end up.
Does he do a sick landing on his feet?
Fly face first into the wall.
You do.
Does he put the chief to sleep?
You land in the bonfire.
No, you do actually kind of bounce off the wall a little bit. You're able to do so without touching the wall or touching anything, and you don't.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to put that wall to sleep.
You don't fall or anything, but you miss.
It's like the cave in Aladdin. If you put it to sleep, it's gonna collapse on us.
Oh god! And all these goblins would just be dead.
I know.
Anything else you'd like to do?
That book, though.
Can I run up behind him and touch him on the back?
No.
After all that.
Yeah.
Good work, bud. Good dodge. Collapse.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Good job. All right, so that means that Jim gets to go. And he actually takes his turn. He turns around to the crowd and kind of just starts waving his arms up in the air, and the crowd starts going crazy. They're all stamping their feet and making really loud noises and everything.
Then he snaps his own neck.
and dies. No, actually, can I get a con save from everyone?
A con save?
Oh, you need
Con save.
I get +1 from Constitution.
Nice.
I don't have proficiency in intelligence.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Oh no,
I
Scott.
got an 11.
Scott. Oh,
Same.
no. I got a 13.
Oh,
So-
Kyle went first. Okay, so I didn't even see.
I got a 1.
So
Yeah.
Scott, you have never heard this amount of noise before, ever in your lifetime.
It's alright, I'm not a
like,
child. I should be fine.
Like 50, 60 goblins all making all this noise in this stone cavern, and it's all reverberating, and it's a little bit overwhelming to your senses.
I count
You-
28, counting the competitors.
Well,
The Soren just starts crying.
Technically, I guess there's 4, and the other 24 are kobold.
did you give me a roll
Yeah.
for that?
The other ones are
Perception?
kobold.
Did you give me a perception roll to see if you could count them?
Yeah,
It's a. So you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. It's
I've got the
kinda like
overwhelm trait. I see. Okay.
You're
Yeah.
kind of having trouble paying attention. Everything's kind of wishy-washy.
You know what? That was almost true before the roll.
That's fair.
Good thing you're just the manager. And
Yeah, right.
All right. Well then,
Special referee.
Mr. Trundle over here didn't like your nice advances before,
Oh,
Apollo.
man, I liked it though.
So he runs up, and what he attempts to do
Is grab your hands.
And try
And
to kiss
Blake-
them.
patty cake with you. No, he grabs you by like the chest area, by your shirt, whatever, your arm, or
Grabs you
whatever.
by- yeah.
You
Okay.
get
And-
sued for sexual harassment.
Pushes forward so that he's slamming your back against the kind of wall behind you.
Oh, owie.
He is going to do a.
I like the idea of the chief just like he sees him hit the wall and he hears, "Oh, owie!"
Yeah. Like
I'm
over and over
guessing-
He
again.
like looks over the wall, he's like, "The heck?"
I'm guessing a 21 will hit.
I mean, you don't have to.
Typically means that it hits.
Judgment, DM's judgment, right?
Do you think Trundle would want to do that?
You might.
I
you,
do.
You might need to change the 1 and the 2 around. That might be more accurate.
You take 3 damage?
Jesus, he's almost dead.
God,
Wait,
it's like
how is he almost dead? Everyone
'Cause I
started
was-
at.
I was joking, Jesse.
'cause I'm a glass cannon.
I mean,
You're not
I
even
wouldn't
a
be
cannon.
surprised with this party. I really wouldn't.
Well, we have like 90 health. We'll be fine.
All right.
Together,
Combined.
all together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good, because you really took 27 damage. No.
Uh-oh.
So he has you up against the wall like this. It really hurts your back getting thrown that way. Uki is up next.
Cool. I want to go around the ring.
Okay.
I want to grab Avark's feet. And,
Oh,
like,
he's
try
gonna
and
pull
trip
through the
him.
ropes.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
He tried to grab me and slam me, and then freaking Uki reaches under and pulls him out, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Roll straight attack. Why don't you explain?
You've pulled his
You should
legs
get-
off.
You should get me involved with this one. You gotta freaking crit. Make
You've
it really
essentially pulled his legs off.
Right?
I mean,
So-
all right, so actually, first off, roll damage, or actually no, what we'll do, yeah, double your dice roll plus the normal crit.
All right.
cool. And it's whatever you'd use for your normal big attack weapon.
Yeah, so we could say your blades if you want, or whatever your sword.
Whatever's most powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah, really.
Well, that would be just a 2. So double that would be 4.
Plus your.
I don't add
bonus, whatever.
modifiers.
Do you get to re-roll if you get a 1 or 2?
That's slightly underwhelming.
Or is that a different skill?
Still, but
DM judgment.
No,
I
I
mean,
didn't know if Kyle had the...
No, there's
yeah.
Yeah, didn't someone have that last game or
I
something?
know Jordan's got it, I think.
What do I have?
A re-roll if you get a 1 or a 2 or something like that.
That was
on
I think
my
that was the
last-
last
Oh,
that was
okay.
my last character.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
that was-
forget about that. Just carry on.
I mean, Jesse, do I get both my attacks?
No, I don't think so.
Because
Well-
technically I can attack twice.
I mean,
Technically,
explain to me what you did. You critted the
What
hell
my
out of him,
initial
so-
plan was to pull him down,
Right.
and then throw him off
Throw him off where?
the ring.
Okay,
So
well,
I guess that
picture-
too could be him falling on his face,
Okay,
and then the
makes
other
sense.
damage would be me like
The elbow drop that follows up.
The other damage is he slightly scratches his face on Earth's like claws on his feet.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Hey, there we go.
That one roll alone did better than his crit bonus.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it doubles all dice. Yeah.
All right, cool. So
That'd
he.
be 14 total.
Awesome. Good lord. All right, so he is now face down right there,
Yep.
and I pulled you a little bit back because it
Yeah.
took a little bit to pull him out. All right, that's fair. Soren, you are up.
I'm
I thought he
overwhelmed.
was incapacitated.
What was that?
I'm overwhelmed. What does that do?
You're gonna roll at disadvantage.
Okay, I would like to look underneath the ring.
Okay.
Pull out a chair.
All right. Give me a perception
Or
roll,
the ladder.
investigation roll.
Gets
Or
a
the
ladder
table.
and puts it up on the ring.
Yeah. Ladder or Jordan, even the staircase.
There's a freaking briefcase hanging from the ceiling.
that one.
I got 2.
Don't forget disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
1.
Did you say perception? Sorry, did you say perception or?
Perception or investigation, whichever's high.
Okay,
You're
in that
so
case, I
well-
got a 6 in total.
Okay, you look under the ring and everything seems to have like a tarp over it. There's one shape that, it almost looks like a
A
dead
machine gun.
body. And then there's another one that almost looks like last night's dinner you had. Nothing really looks weapon worthy.
I thought people didn't die here.
I was looking for bodies.
Oh, well then you're good.
Can I
He found a dead.
can I move
body-shaped
towards the
gun.
body shape?
Sure.
And I
start
don't.
crawling
It's kind of
under the
it's right off to your left a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna start crawling
you can-
underneath.
Okay. You can actually reach it. It's like
I'll
you
reach
can
it.
actually just kind of
Yep,
stretch.
I'll do that.
So you reach it.
That's a bunch of metal chairs that are shaped to look like a body.
Am I able to peel back the tarp, or is that the end of my go?
You peel back the tarp, and it is actually a bunch of chairs that were shaped like a body because your perception roll sucked balls.
Okay,
So,
I would.
but you find a chair in there.
I would like to, if I got enough movement and stuff, I'd like to take the chair out and sit on it beside the ring.
Yeah, that happens.
Perfect.
Yeah, you sit down. You're sitting down. You kind of catch your breath and head clears. You start
He's
feeling
starting
a
to
little
get
better,
overwhelmed.
and then you're feeling a little bit better now.
Okay, I'm done.
The
Some
goblin.
could say he was. Some could say he was
like-
feeling a little underwhelmed.
One Earth Fallen Tree, you're up, Mr. Giddy.
Ahoy. All right. Well, I mean, there's only one logical thing to do right now, and that's to climb up on the pole and do a giant elbow drop onto Avrak down on the floor below.
I mean, we always knew you were gonna climb the.
It's gonna happen.
Cool. Well, I was gonna say, why don't you give me a athletics
Okay.
or acrobatics, whichever is higher.
That's a 16, my friend.
Okay, so you're able to climb up. You're able to through the air, and now let's have your attack.
That's a crit, my friend.
Damn.
Wow.
Nice.
I better
I'm a
fucking
pretty
get
good
crit
wrestler.
next turn.
We don't mess around when it comes to wrestling.
I guess
No.
not. Holy shit! All
I
right.
only get amazing rolls, even all the way down to the freaking initiative, which usually I get like 3 on every time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
before I
alright.
get a crit fail next turn. All right.
Yeah, right, and hurt like everybody else.
Yeah. All right. So is this the 1d8, right? Yeah.
Whatever.
plus-
Well, whatever your damage is.
Yep. Plus 4. That's 10 plus 10.
Dang.
So he blows in half, right?
You just
Um,
you just double the dice.
Oh,
Oh,
do you?
it's-
Okay.
Yeah, so it would be
16.
12, and then what's your
16.
modifier?
Yeah, 16 then.
All right.
plus four.
I mean, he already has like a
Yeah.
good deal of damage from
He's
both
already probably
He
like
does.
bleeding out,
All
right?
right,
Yeah,
so
he's
you were
taking
doing
30.
You were doing a people's elbow of sorts off the top rope.
Yep.
Pulls elbow,
So
yes.
yeah, you jump through the air and you're
He was doing a
Elbow.
village people's elbow.
there. You go. There.
The villager's elbow.
Well done.
Thank
Well
you.
done, sir.
The villager's elbow.
So your elbow hits him directly in the diaphragm, and you just hear everyone can just hear this release of breath as you kind of ruin his rib cage a little bit.
Just
He's
explodes.
Air
No,
from both
he's-
ends.
I mean it
Yep.
might have been, you're not sure. But yeah, he's rolling around holding his chest now. You kind of you hit him and you kind of rolled off of him. So you're
Can I say I had a freaking band on before I got up there so I could take it off and then chuck it into the audience like The Rock does? Or is it
sure.
and chuck it off and then I
freaking GP.
Sounds good to me.
what did GP do?
He's on Driver Booster 4 on Steam.
Oh no, how dare he? All right, to that end.
That's
Uh,
Avoc's turn.
Hey
then,
Kev, if you turn
It
Steam
is
off,
Averick's
maybe
turn.
roll 20 will work a little bit better for you.
Maybe.
So Averick definitely didn't like that. He's rolling around on the ground, and while he is, he just takes a grab at your foot, Earth, and tries to trip you and bring you down to the ground with him.
Oh,
So-
I didn't even know I stood back up. Awesome.
No, he's down. Oh, you had kind of rolled. I mean, if you wanted to.
If you say yes, for the sake of the story progression, yes, I stand up.
What do you mean
Okay.
story?
Well, whatever is happening.
well, he tries to trip you, and
And his voice cracks.
his voice cracks like
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm gonna
I
trip
think
you
know
up.
better than anyone not to call people out on that.
I don't care.
I will be
No.
tripping you up now.
No, if you knew me like when I was 15, 16, it was bad.
17, 18, 19,
19,
20. Yeah,
30,
you
30
just
something.
always.
Yeah.
After 30-something year, 20-something years of this, I'm used to it.
That's
he,
not
you haven't
reverse
finished
voice
puberty.
cracks.
he
Well, your voice-
rolled a 10,
voice
so
was-
he grabs your leg and goes to pull you down, but you're too sturdy for that shit. So he's not able to bring you down. Apollo, that means it's your turn.
I wonder if he's annoyed that he hasn't been able to move me. He must think I'm just like a
how
giant
much-
boulder.
You really
much-
are, and you're
How much
named
do
Earth. So.
goblins weigh?
Because I'm a fallen tree. Ba-ba-da-ba.
I mean, it depends. The one standing in front of you looks like to be about 100 pounds, maybe.
So let's say
That's
if
pretty
I'm
cheap.
Apollo's super
Yeah.
buff. Could
Is
he throw
he?
one of them with one hand?
I appreciate him.
What's your strength modifier?
+2.
What's
Or
your dex?
it's what's your strength? What's your strength score?
What's the score?
15.
You can attempt to pick him up and throw him with one hand. You'd have
'Cause the way that I'm thinking of doing this is I
Yeah.
want to kind of do the same thing I did last time, but I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna do like flip onto his shoulders using one hand, so I'm
Mhm.
like handstanding on his shoulder, and using the momentum, I grab his shoulder, throw him onto the ring, and smack him down.
He wants to be a ballista. Or not a ballista, not a
Batista.
catapult. Yeah, he wants to be Batista.
Yeah.
So
Um,
you want to jump onto his shoulders and then
With
flip-
one of my hands,
But yeah, a trebuchet.
grab him and using the momentum, flip him over onto.
He wants to
the ring.
trebuchet him.
All right. Well, you will have to give me an athletics check for the
All of
flip,
us?
and then an attack roll for the. All right, give me an athletics check first.
I like how I only needed one roll for my first move. It did like 20 things. Sweet athletics
God
check.
damn it!
Nice.
He gets stuck in the freaking rope.
Okay, so you do this sweet front flip, right?
All right.
And you're going to try and grab him and flip him and everything, but when you did your front flip, I mean, it was sweet. No one can put that past you. It was sweet, but you had absolutely no forward momentum, so you just kind of front flip in place and face plant.
Can I, as a last-ditch effort, have one of my hands out just in the off chance I might touch him?
Just roll a 20.
He falls and slides under the ring,
Yeah.
and then
I need to get
goes-
something. I need to win something.
Goes under that blanket, and Scott sees his legs pop out from under the ring and thinks there's in fact a body under there.
Yeah.
So you're trying to hit him while
Just
you're
touch him.
falling.
Yeah, touch him. Touch him with one of my hands that have the potion.
You're able to. You kind of slap down his front.
Slap
Yeah,
down.
Slap
WWE slap down.
So he
Yep.
has the poison got all down the front of his outfit,
Mhm.
down
Okay.
the front of his robes. So he does have poison on him, but it's on his shirt.
Wait 2 to 3 turns till that soaks in.
Then your clothes will fall off.
The clothes fall asleep.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's it.
All right. Well, in that case, Jim over here doesn't seem to like how his friends are being treated. So he.
It's at a bit of a crossroad. Either help the one that's being bullied by 2 people, or help the one that's just
Standing there watching
Wow.
the other person kill themselves.
Try to hit him.
Or the one that's sitting there doing nothing by the side
Leave
of
the
the ring.
manager.
Oh yeah,
No,
I forgot Scott's also there.
He actually is
Climbs
going
onto
to,
the turnbuckle.
or at very least, climb up into the ring and onto the turnbuckle. And he is actually going to take a flying leap at Uki. Alright, so I need to do some rolls here. How makes that? I'm guessing 7 doesn't hit your armor.
No.
And
All right.
I said Jim better hope that he doesn't fool Nelson Avrak and make him get hit by his own friend.
That would suck. Now he's able to actually under the turnbuckle, and he does this really nice like flying leap at you, Uki, and you just kind of dodge to the left a little bit. And he actually goes flying into the crowd and takes out one of these goblins, who
Rip him to
Nice.
shreds. Oh.
screams and like hits the wall and slumps over.
It just saves us from killing less one. Whatever.
Good work.
Do you want to try that again?
No.
I'm more
Okay.
impressed that Goblin just jumped 20 feet.
He didn't jump. He got hit. He got slammed.
No, I'm talking about Jim.
I
He
mean,
jumped on
you
the
know,
turnbuckle and then jumped 20 feet. Knocked
Yeah.
out a Goblin.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a high turnbuckle.
That's
Remember,
one
they
heck
only
of a
weigh
jump.
100. They only weigh 100 pounds.
So, babies can't jump 20 feet.
Yeah.
They don't
I
have
can barely
the
throw.
muscles
I
for
can
it.
barely throw a baby 20 feet. So I've been
Oh,
told.
please.
Tried.
You're not strong enough then.
You should try the
No,
shot
you're
put
right.
technique.
That's your
Oh,
fault.
see, I tried the
Yeah.
discus. I
Yeah.
spin.
That's where you're going wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
Or you,
so,
or you just
If you
point
can get it,
in
if you can get it stiff
the wrong
enough, you could do a
direction.
javelin.
Oh, good call, Kev. I didn't think about punting. Sure.
all right. So, Trundle
A fadeaway.
looks
Kobe.
looks
Yeah.
down at his shirt and looks at you, Apollo. Kind of shakes his head and then just takes a swing.
I'm very sick right now. Don't.
I bought this from Abercrombie and Fitch, you douchebag.
All right.
That seems like stuff people would wear in the UK, Scott. Do you guys wear a lot of Abercrombie?
People do, yeah.
Fitch.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
just it
So,
seemed very.
like I said, Trundle, he looks down, looks at you, kind of shakes his head at you, punches you square in the face, Apollo.
Owie.
Everyone hears this cracking sound, like broken bone.
Poor
It
guy
would be more
broke
like
his
an
own hand.
hourglass.
And now your face looks like a coat hanger.
A little bit of
Now
a
you're
little
like
bit of blood.
Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa.
A little bit of blood goes flying from your
This
nose.
is my Ivan Drago.
It actually hits the bonfire behind the chief, and it sizzles a little bit. And you take 7 points of damage.
Jeez.
Sorry, was that his eye? Was that his eyeball?
It could have been.
Must have been.
There's a lot of
Was it
blood.
my? Was
I'm
it
not
my
sure.
elbow?
I know, but no one can tell right now because. And
Do I still see things in stereoscopy?
you see stars going around your head.
What do I see stars in both eyes?
I mean, yeah, you can see.
And they manifest to such a degree that Earth runs over and begins chasing them.
It's like a Looney Tune.
Yeah.
Actually, give me a no.
Get the birds and I
That'd be
rip it
amazing.
out of the sky. And
Jesse,
Alright.
is Apollo prone on the ground or?
or stuck against the wall.
I guess that
No,
would make
he's-
sense. I'd be prone.
He's kind of back against the wall.
Because
Okay.
I thought you said I landed flat on my chest.
You did. I'm gonna say he picked you up, punched you in the
Okay.
face, and
Okay.
you're up
That's
against
fair.
the wall.
That's fair.
Because I was gonna say if he was prone, and you get
He could-
advantage.
Well, he critted aney so.
Oh, did he?
Shoryuken
Yeah.
punched you back up to your
For
feet.
real.
Alright.
I need everybody to give me a perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
18.
Yeah, 17.
5.
Um,
He's
20.
still looking at his victim.
20. 2020.
Jim, who-
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody except Uki. Uki's still in the like.
I'm thinking about my next turn.
Exactly. You're in the you're bloodlust and just your blood pumping in your ears, and that's all you can hear. And everybody else hears above the roar of the crowd, the loudness of the space you're in, and all the echoes and everything.
a helicopter.
It almost sounds like you hear a roar,
A minotaur.
like a loud, angry roar.
Does it go?
No, but
Okay.
thank you for that.
So it's not a minotaur.
And Uki is up. It was more like that.
Just somebody snorting.
Move over here.
There you go.
Yeah, they got a booger.
They always do that. Every time they show it in media, they're just like sitting there, it's like
For
they
my
have a giant freaking ring in their nose.
for my
Actually, no,
first
anybody
attack, I want to slam my fist down onto Arak's back.
Backbreaker move. Okay.
I love that
Uh,
Jim misses and we just keep bullying poor Avrak.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an
Pretty sure,
attack.
pretty sure 10's gonna miss.
Yeah. You
Alright.
you go to slam down, and he just he almost senses it coming, and he kind of rolls to the side, and you hit the ground, but doesn't hurt your fist or anything.
Finally gets a break.
For my second attack, I'm gonna give him the people's knee to the side, or the villager's knee.
The villagers.
Side.
Villager's knee. All
Yeah.
right, roll it up.
Village people still work.
Wow.
He for
What is up with these
Somehow-
rolls?
Yep.
some, you know what? He is so in the zone that
Oh
he
wait,
just-
I get advantage.
Okay, so then that was
'Cause
your first
yeah,
one. So
yeah.
roll 2 more.
God damn it.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There you go. It just took 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
right.
last 4 rolls were 4, 4, 2, and 5.
I know. And then a whopping 6.
Uki was still distraught from Jim flying past him at 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He was overwhelmed.
5 damage.
Cool. So, yeah, you bring your knee up against him, and you definitely this time heard some cracking. As you hit him, like a spray of blood comes out of his mouth, and he's hurting. He does not look good.
Nice.
But that brings us to a certain half elf named Soren. High as a kite.
When I looked under the ring, could I tell? Could I have crawled underneath it to the other side?
It would take some doing, but you could. It looked a little bit like there was a good amount of junk under there, but you can make
It's
your
a
way through.
maze.
Okay. Also, the roar that I heard,
It's a
am I
mini
able to figure out what that was? Have I heard that roar before?
It's the beasts that Anus were fighting on.
You could give me a roll of some sort on that. Maybe nature or history or thing along the.
That would be 16 in total for either of those.
it definitely sounded bestial.
Okay.
Sounded large.
Okay, we got a fight to win. I am gonna
Half bull, half
Yeah.
humanish.
I am gonna
perchance?
get under the I'm gonna get under the chair, under the ring, and I'm gonna crawl over to Arvak. I'm gonna reach my hand out under the ring, grab his legs, and try and pull him under.
Okay.
I mean, he's. I'm pretty sure he's facing you.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he's prone.
yeah. And I want to grab
Yeah.
his legs like that and pull them towards me so he falls on his back if he's not already on
No,
the floor.
he's on the floor
Okay.
facing you.
Yeah.
I want to pull him under the ring.
Okay, you can grab him by the shoulders and try and pull him. Give me a roll of some sort.
This is like some slasher film crap.
I would say you pull him the fuck under there.
Rips his arms off.
Yeah.
Would you like to? He's under there with you. You can take another
starts
action
hitting
if
him
you
on
want
the
to.
I would like
Attack
to.
or
I would like to
something,
try
or-
and knock him out,
They start making out under the ring.
which is clearly
Okay.
my forte.
7
All
minutes ahead.
right, give me a knock him on the head, knock him unconscious roll.
6.
Plus any
6.
dex or strength, whichever is higher.
6.
Plus,
So he's just under the
No,
mat with
8.
him.
8 if I add Dex.
Oh, there you go.
Plus,
12 if I add Charisma.
why don't you give?
You talk him into a coma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, that 20's enough to get it for you.
The thing
That's
is,
the
'cause
first
if
one.
it's-
so you, what are you knocking him out with? Your fist? Or...
Yeah. I figured there's not a lot of room underneath here.
Okay, so you kind of give him a nice rabbit punch to the back of the
Yeah.
head, and it feels like any resistance that he had been giving you stops.
Okay.
And you two are cozy and comfy underneath
Super.
the ring together.
Soren
Now they
starts
start
doing
making out.
Avrak.
Now
Yep.
they start making out, and while they're making out, Mr. Kitty, what would you do?
Well, I see that the ring just ate Avrak, so now I realize that it must be alive.
That's a logical
Yeah.
conclusion.
Where's Jim in terms of, like, how high are the walls? Is he like 40 feet in the air? Like, how high did he go whenever?
No, this see like this line right here through it. That's the only actual cliff. The rest of the cavern is like they're all on ground level. So Jim's not higher than you or anything. Jim's on the same level.
Okay, besides this giant opening up here that the monster's going to come through.
That's just an opening.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, actually, here.
No, don't do it. Don't break the illusion because I can't see what's that. Oh, it is
That's
going to
just-
come out. It
that's
is going to
just-
come out of the anus.
Yeah.
I'm underneath
That's
the
why he
ring.
picked it. That's why he picked this one, because it's a butthole. It's gonna come out of the butthole.
That wasn't a raw. That was diarrhea. Oh
He used Hershey squirts.
no.
At a higher level.
Then yeah, I'm going to make my way over to Jim though. Is kind of what I was getting at. I just didn't know if I'd be able to reach him.
Yeah, you got him, no problem.
And so they're not on a cliff or anything.
No, that's just it's all flat. The only raised part is where the chief himself and his people up there are.
I'm gonna give him
otherwise
the
it's
German
all-
suplex.
Okay. What's a German suplex? Because I forget. And second, roll it up.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna
so
give him.
pile driver, a DDT.
No, German suplex is where you like throw him over your head.
Go behind him. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna go behind
all
him.
right, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, this would be more of a jackhammer if I did that. No, I'm gonna do the German suplex.
That's a sexy.
Yeah. No, the
Suplex.
WCWs whenever they had it was the jackhammer instead of the. Anyway, we're gonna.
No, this is important details. God.
I'm gonna freaking jack him into that butthole.
Yeah, you jack him into that hole. Roll it up.
And that's plus my normal stuff again.
Yeah.
15? Yeah. No.
15 actually does
15.
not hit. So,
Yeah, I can only do advanced moves.
all right. So you lift him up to do a German suplex, and it's the classic wrestling trope where you go to lift him up, and he kind of slips behind you.
Ooh.
And so he's actually behind you now. So
All right. Well, in the police outfit, he sees my butt.
He does see your butt, and he gives it a little pat.
It looks a little like this.
Good game.
With the hair.
Whenever he does, I try and make my tail rub against his mouth so I can get hair in there like Scott wanted me to. Following the game plan.
Make sure you give him those butthole hairs.
Okay, here's the hair and mouth roll. You're welcome.
Yeah, your tail kind of goes wide a little.
Just like he sees it jab past his.
Scott. Next to you, there's a crumpled form of a goblin. He kind of gurgles a little bit.
He's drowning.
And then Apollo, your turn.
He will be in a minute.
Well, third time's a charm. I'm gonna do the same. Try to do the same exact thing I did last time.
He does the thing where he bends his body around and then uses Hershey squirts.
So I'm gonna try to grab him with the hand that's.
And do the flippy.
Yeah, the hand that he already
thing.
touched him with.
You should just choke slam him with it.
No,
Okay, so you're using the same hand.
they're 18.
But Kane's choke like
Okay,
the
so
original one, where he'd like lift him up with his little one freaking hand
And
like
then the
Vader.
attack roll.
Yep. Need the attack roll.
Then Kane got fat.
Fuck. I'm gonna guess that a 9 doesn't hit.
Yeah, so you're able to do the basic. You kind of handstand on his shoulder or whatever you were trying to grab him by, and you do your flip and you go to throw him, and it's like trying to throw a boulder. He doesn't even move.
So we're just back to back at this point.
You're kind of just back to back at this point.
Trundle has to wonder what the heck is happening.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
like, what is this guy doing?
he has no idea what Apollo
Like at
is
this
trying
point,
to
he might
do.
honestly feel like he shouldn't fight anymore because he might be fighting a disabled person.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh, Scott disappeared. Oh, there he is.
He has to
Oh,
be
no.
worried about. He has to be worried about his friend Jim over there, right?
I mean, he's got to be worried. He's worried about you, Apollo. Really, is what.
Yeah.
he's worried
Yeah, but
about.
am I really a threat?
No, that's why he's worried about
No,
it.
that's why
You're a threat,
exactly.
you're a threat to yourself.
Yeah.
You jumped off
Yeah.
and hit a wall, then you tried to slam him, did a flip and fell, then you jumped past him.
with your hand on his head.
At this point, I've gone over him 3 times.
Yes.
Perhaps
And
you should just try an actual wrestling move.
And then he punched you in the face.
Like, just say next time, I'm going to do a sleeper hold. Just do that.
No.
I mean, you know, might work. All right,
Well, he has a
so
sleep potion on his clothes. It's gonna soak in eventually.
okay, you do remember when we explained to you how it has to go in an orifice of some sort?
Fine, I'll fucking touch his face next turn.
I'm just reminding you of basic
Oh,
mechanics.
you know what would do there? Like a sleeper hold.
No.
Well, anyway,
I'm gonna grab him by the mouth and throw him.
What if you did like a 2-finger thing and grab his nostrils?
Yeah.
and
That's
pull,
what I was
like
kinda
actually
thinking.
deep in there, but like and pull up the nose and just.
I would
slam
like to
the-
wait until he
The
sticks out his
villager's
tongue.
fingers.
the villagers.
The village fingerer.
oh,
Yeah.
God. All right, so
It's actually a stage name.
at this point, Jim, seeing where he's at, where everybody else is at, he's really just gonna take the easy way out, and he kind of pushes you over to these guys over here
Oh no.
to try and get some, audience damage going on. He's hoping his buddies will try and back him up, but
But they pet you.
An 8 isn't enough to do it. So wait, I can't. There we go. God. So he goes to push you, and basically what they said, he basically, instead of pushing you, kind of gives you a little bit of a back rub. It feels kind of good along your, kind of gives you a little tickle. And that brings us to Trundle, who's getting kind of sick of this. So he's going to show you how it's done. And what he's going to do
Oh,
is
man, show me.
off.
so the walls, you're behind him, the walls in front of him. He's going to try and run at the wall, do kind of a backflip off
He's gonna
the
pull
wall,
me.
and bicycle kick you in the back of the head while doing it. So,
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Bruce Lee meets Pele.
Right.
That's a terrifying combination.
Yep.
So
He
he
plays soccer with nunchucks.
runs
Yeah.
at
Okay.
this wall just as
Right.
fast as he can, and his first foot
Uh-oh.
finds
gonna-
purchase there.
He's gonna hit his face on a wall.
Second foot gets caught on a little bit of a rock that was about to come out anyway, and the rock comes out and his foot slips off.
The rock
and
came out!
he
Oh, sorry.
face plants right into the wall.
But yeah, I was just saying, there's no way you add this much embellishment to something unless it's going to end.
Currently,
with
the
him
wall
hurting
has done more damage than you, Apollo.
Pretty
Yep.
much.
Yep.
Yeah.
himself. It has managed to hurt both Trundle and Apollo.
Yeah. All right. So at this
Yep.
point, the crowd starts all stamping their
Booing.
feet at the same time, and it becomes this rhythm, this pounding rhythm in your ears.
Does it go?
And
We all just break out into dance.
what starts as like a small, almost a whisper amongst the crowd, you start hearing a name being chanted.
Yes,
Grog.
what's new? Oh.
Grog, 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 and they just start
Oh,
getting
man.
louder and louder in time
Oh,
with their
man.
feet stamping on the ground. Can I get everyone to do a Constitution check again for me?
No.
I remember when this happened in the Middle Earth games.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
I
they call
got
in the boss
a
orcs and they always do the big cheer and then the boss orc comes in. Those are always the best
Yeah.
parts.
Ooh.
I got 14.
I'm pretty sure Krog was actually one of them, like Krog the Destroyer, and they're all going Krog, Krog, and they all cheer for him. And he
I got a
walks into the
7.
camp.
This is Grog with a G.
Oh, that was
14, by the
Krog,
way.
Okay.
Kevin, what's your?
I got a 3.
All right, Kevin and Scott. This chanting, this loud noise, it's ringing through your ears, and it's very
Oh, man,
very
I'm so
disorienting.
overwhelmed.
And all you can't even focus on the fight. All you hear in your mind is Grog, Grog, Grog. Anyone who wants to do a perception check can. Otherwise, it is Uki's turn.
I'm under the ring, so I'm going to assume that my perception is probably hindered somewhat.
So is this just them ordering their meal?
Can I
Yes,
check?
Grog is the
yeah.
Grog is the stuff they drink.
Can I perceive the giant ring piece underneath the ring?
the giant butthole.
Yeah. With a 15, even. Oh, I've probably got disadvantage, have I? Considering
No.
I'm overwhelmed.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you are overwhelmed. You're right. Yes, you and
Okay. I got 15. I am solely looking at the giant hole in the middle of the ring. Or floor.
You got a 15.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at that. But
It's
you
Giving
you-
birth to Grog.
you do
Yeah.
hear more definitely now a roar.
Do I
Babies
roar.
come-
any idea
right.
where it might be coming from?
It seems to be coming from one of the entrances.
Okay.
Where the guys came out.
Perfect.
Like this one. This one.
It's probably that trapdoor.
It's up here in the corner, up here somewhere.
It's the butthole.
Yeah, it's the butthole.
As long as I know
Butthole.
nothing's coming through that
Butthole's
butthole,
af-
I'm fine. I'll stay under the
There's
ring.
Like,
Yep.
there's just like a warm breeze coming from it. No.
It smells fishy.
That's why Shrek was wrong when he said better out than in, I always say.
Yep.
I love it
So
when he talks about onions.
Uki, it is your turn.
Just
You
gonna
want to
come
help
up
me?
to
Yeah,
Trundle.
please help me.
Jordan.
Yo.
What's a move where they pick them up and then they slam them down, but they like sit down as well?
That's a choke slam, right?
No, he's talking about
No.
where that he's holding him and like actually goes down with him.
Yeah, when their head hits the ground and
A sitting
Right.
DDT.
That might.
Yeah, maybe.
No, but
A
there
pile
was
driver.
a wrestler.
Yeah,
That's
pile
a
driver.
driver, isn't it?
No,
Is
because
that
he's
a pile
talking.
driver?
Are you talking with their legs up by your head or their
Yeah.
legs? That's a pile.
It's a pile driver.
okay, pile driver.
So you're gonna pile drive
A
him?
piles
Yeah.
driver.
Pile driver.
Roll it up.
There we go.
All right. Well, you're so it's one of those classic wrestling things where you grab him and like you go to kind of pick him up, and he doesn't move, and you guys kind of eye each other up, and then you go again, and on the second one you're able to lift him up, and you drive his head down into that stone. Why don't you roll up some damage?
Nice.
There it is. Goldberg's jackhammer.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, where he just lifts the dude completely up in the air and freaking slams him down.
Yeah, maximum 8 damage right there.
Very nice. All right, so yeah, he his head hits. You both kind of roll your separate ways and come to your feet. You're standing there, all right. He looks a little dazed from getting his head smashed into a stone pavement, but Soren, you and your passed out wrestling buddy are wrestling around underneath the ring. No one can see what you two are doing or where hands are going.
Okay, I would like to cast Disguise Self.
It's gonna turn out poorly for you.
Is that a slotted spell?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he has those prepared. Use the blade that they use to give themselves the fake cuts and just cut up Avrak under there.
All right, so you cast Disguise Self.
He comes out looking like me.
he pulls a tauntaun, just skins him and gets inside of him.
I would like to walk out looking a lot like Avrak.
You come crawling out from under the ring. From under the ring, everybody who happens to be looking in that direction, coming out from under the ring is Avrak. It looks like Avrak has bested your buddy Soren underneath the ring.
And then I'd like to just roar to the crowd, ah, and then climb in,
roar at the crowd.
and then climb in the ring.
That happens, and when you roar at the crowd, they all cheer. And,
hold on, it's not too loud, is it? I've got very sensitive ears.
No, I think you're good this time.
Okay, cool.
So it's like when how nails down a chalkboard aren't as bad if you're the one doing it. Kitty, kitty, come to me. It's your turn.
Pardon?
I don't know.
You just told me to come to you.
I did.
Is that why you're showing me a butthole? Getting me excited?
I just want to crawl.
Look, I didn't want to say anything, but yes, Jordan.
Some guys are a butt guy. I'm just a butthole guy. Just the butthole.
I want to crawl into the ring, and I really want to. I want to try and whisper something to Apollo.
Thieves can't.
Okay.
Is that still part of it?
No, thieves can't.
I know it.
Okay. Apollo, give me a perception check.
Oh man, I'm great at these.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it looks like Avrak is whispering to Apollo.
Yeah, it does. So 10 total.
Yep.
All right. So Scott, what do you want to whisper?
Pin me. Sorry, pin me.
Pin me.
All right.
And don't tell the elf.
So Avrak comes over to you. And
not Avrak. Oh, right. Sorry, I'm Avrak. Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Avrak comes over to you, Apollo, and he kind of gets close to you and whispers in your ear, but all you hear is me.
And then I turn around and show you my butt.
Does 8 flips over you and pins himself.
Yep.
So yeah, Avrak just tried whispering in your ear.
Okay. All I heard was me.
And all you heard was me.
But
fortunately for you,
knowing that Soren can disguise himself, I also disguise myself as Avrak. No.
That if you want to pull on that character knowledge, you will have to roll for that, my friend. Because would Apollo actually remember that he can disguise?
Yeah, of course, because he can disguise himself as well.
He does constantly try and mimic it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But would you think about this in the middle of a wrestling match? Give me a some sort of roll.
In all honesty, if I was DMing this, considering how Apollo's been fighting and not taking it as a wrestling match, I'd probably imagine I'd be like, you know what, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 17.
17.
You remember that Apollo can do this? I mean, you know it.
I remember I can do this.
But
It could
again,
have also been like a deceit check to see if he could figure it out.
You could have done.
Yeah,
this
possibly.
too.
well, all he heard was me and saw Averick coming up. But
Well, he probably knows Soren's voice as well.
Yeah. We've also
It
got
doesn't disguise.
passive,
It doesn't disguise the voice, right?
passive perception.
No.
well, you're right. No, it doesn't disguise the voice, but with how loud it is in here and everything, it's kind of tough to tell.
Well, plus he went, "Pin me."
Well, right,
Yeah.
but the perception. If the perception check was higher, I would have
I was saying it more in your favor, Jesse, that he was using a different voice. Like he was.
Well, okay.
Acting
What?
with
How
the
do I
voice.
see Averick on the ring right now? Then,
What do you mean? How do you see him on?
Av-
if Apollo sees an opportunity to pin, he's obviously gonna go.
He's near you. You're down on the floor. He's up in the ring. But he is kind of bent over towards you. He had whispered something me
Okay.
at you.
All right. So is it my turn?
It is your turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna slide into the ring.
Oh,
No!
yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
are.
yes.
After he's bent over to
Bow,
hear
wow.
something, maybe.
And cause
Da, da, da.
he's laying on the ground right now.
No. Imagine
just
him
standing
like
up.
leaning over. He's standing up, but he kind of leaned over the ring to kind of get
All
closer.
right. I
to you.
put Averick in the sleeper hold
Oh, no.
With what hand?
with the hand that has the potion, and I put it in his mouth.
Which hand? The one
The
you
one
haven't
that has
touched
the
or anything?
one. Yeah, the one that.
I'm more curious what you put in his mouth.
All right. Give me a roll.
Probably some bandaged up.
Oh, it had to be the one you actually managed to
Yes.
Scott, does that beat your
do. Yes.
AC?
Yeah.
So you know what?
Do you need a constitution check for the sleepy stuff, or is it just going to happen?
Well, here's the
I need
deal.
to check.
He gets him in a sleeper hold, a pretty damn good sleeper hold, with chloroform all up in your face hole.
You're
do
right. You can't
need-
breathe to inhale it. Perfect.
I'm actually gonna need not one but 2 Constitution saves. You need to pass.
Ha!
It's so good, even a
Damn it.
Pookie has to pass it. Uh-oh.
First one is, don't worry, I got loads of Constitution. I got Constitution for
Good.
days.
Good.
First one's a 10.
I have 2. Yeah.
What's your second?
Oh, hold
one?
on. Constitution save. First one's a 12.
Nice.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, okay.
And your second one?
23.
Nice.
Well, you're able.
One eye goes to sleep.
half your face goes to sleep.
Look like I've had a stroke.
He has a stroke.
So Scott, you feel wrapped around your face in a tight like hug of your face, a glove that smells very
elderberry.
chemically, very gross, very like antiseptic.
Probably dirty at this point.
Well, you haven't touched anything with that.
Well,
yet.
considering I've like fell into the ground a couple times so far. There's some dirt on my
You've
hand.
you've been making it a point not to touch anything.
All right, cool.
He did wipe before. Oh.
And with that smell came almost a sense of euphoria, almost like oh, everything's gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, I'm getting sore and high.
Why don't I just
High as a kite.
fall asleep right now? You know, that would be good. But as soon as you think that, your mind snaps out of it. You're like, what am I doing?
Back to reality.
And you start
Okay.
wrestling back against his hands. You're fine.
Do I roll for damage?
Well, you were trying to do a sleeper hold.
But how tight am I holding him?
Are you just trying to kill Soren?
As far as I know, he's just Averick.
Yeah, but I think you did a
Yep.
different move entirely if you didn't know it was Soren.
I mean,
Probably.
can't-
yeah.
Like meta-wise, if you didn't know it was Soren, you probably wouldn't have attacked him.
Oh,
I mean, you sleeper holds. You wouldn't necessarily think of being an attack thing. It's more of a put them to sleep type of thing.
That's a grapple.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
grapple.
all right, fine. I'll let it go. I'll let him go.
All right, Elsa.
And-
Doesn't have to be a snowman.
I mean, you can keep the
Jeez.
grapple.
Well, can I pin him from the position, like bring him down?
Possibly next turn.
That's like 5 minutes from now.
Well, you attacked already this turn.
Yeah.
Fine.
As there's a ref standing there and he's complaining that you can't pin him.
Yeah.
What Jordan? What did you do during your turn?
freaking beat off.
Oh, all right.
true,
No, I tried to give him a German suplex and it put him behind.
Right. So
So now I'm gonna turn around and give him the bonsai bomb. Not really.
I think we somehow skipped your turn this round.
Yeah, because you said Mr. Kitty, and then it went back to Scott wanting to do something, so then we skipped it.
Yeah. All right. So take your
Sorry.
turn now.
Oh, okay.
Because Jim was up next, so I mean, I would rather have you go before him.
Okay. Yeah, so I get ready, like I'm down, like I'm gonna do a sweep move, and I deck him in the face.
So like a rising uppercut.
Oh no, I just like I act like I'm getting down to pounce to like jump around and do something crazy. Then I just stand straight up and just
Okay. All right. Roll it up.
hold up, man. Freaking 420. Yeah, it's impossible to punch. I have to do-
Blaze that shit.
Let's see, yeah, it's only 11. I think I had 12 last time, that didn't hit.
Yeah. You throw him a little bit off guard, but he's been doing this for a long time and just senses
For
the
at
punch
least
coming
3
and coming.
matches.
For at least 3 weeks. And he kind of
Yeah.
dodges to the side and goes whizzing by his ear.
Yeah, pee by his ear.
Actually, let's see.
What?
What is? I'm guessing a 21 hits you.
No?
Yes.
No.
That's...
So actually, what happens is you go to punch him, and rather than dodging to the side, he actually catches your fist,
He's gonna break
And
your
then-
arm.
punches you in the face. Doing.
Joke's on him. My fist and hand and face are both rubbed in the sleep potion as well.
it's rubbed in the.
It's all over my face.
You take 3 points of damage. You're kind of a little dazed by that punch. He still has your hand.
My youngest sister hits harder.
All right. And then, of course, we have the nice, lovely Trundle here.
His Tabazi Kitty family are like the Brady Bunch, and he's the oldest brother. So
Nice.
Trundle, not to be discouraged by his last foray into the athletics department, will. All right, so he's got the cave wall, like the little wall there to the right-hand side of him, and Uki in front of him. And what he's going to try and do is use the wall to get a boost up and kick him in the face. I mean, we've all seen that in Kung Fu movies,
We'll see
in the
Apollo beat Robbie.
WWE.
in the WWE. I'm guessing a 22 hits.
Yep.
It doesn't have to.
So that actually deals 6 points of damage, and he does this jump thing and kind of kicks you across the face and just lands, and he does the Bruce Lee, wipes his mouth and kind of glares at you.
Watch out! I love Bruce Lee.
This whole time, everybody's just been chanting,
Grog.
and stamping their feet.
Grog.
Grog.
Come on, let's hear it.
Grog.
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 You all feel
Greg.
a little bit of a rumbling.
The butthole's hungry.
It's almost as if the butthole's
Not pleased.
Okay.
We must sacrifice Avrak to it.
It's pulsing.
Throw Scott in.
Yeah, right. Uki, it's your turn.
Cool.
So you just got kicked in the face.
Yeah.
A sweet little move.
So for my first attack, I want to, with my left hand, pretend that I'm going to hit him in the face, but really I'm going to hit him in the side with my right hand.
Okay.
So you did like the.
Guessing a 12 misses.
We're rolling really well.
Like he saw the feint coming, kind of gave it
Yeah.
away with your body motion. So that misses, but you do have a second attack.
I know they freaking brought this
second
guy
attack.
in as their
The
unneeded.
left hand is going to actually hit him. Hey, there we go. 20.
Yeah, that will actually hit him. Kind of smash him across the face.
5 damage.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So that kind of dazes him a little bit, but he's definitely still glaring at you and angry as
then
hell.
he falls asleep.
Mr. Avrak.
That's you, Scott.
Yeah, secondary Avrak.
You're still on a sleeper hold.
I would like.
Yeah, you are. You are still being held.
I'd advise not biting your way out.
I would like to try and wriggle my way out of sleeper hold.
Okay. Give me a
Wriggle.
I put my
Maybe
hand
dexterity?
into his mouth.
I'd be dexterity or athletics, I would say, versus Apollo's dexterity. Strength. Sorry, versus Apollo's strength.
But Kevin's bad at making characters. He probably accidentally gave his rogue like 20 strength.
11.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to be his highest.
Apollo?
All right.
Apollo, I need a strength roll from you.
Give me a minute.
See if you're still holding.
I mean,
Uh,
like butter. He squeezes and Scott shoots out.
Yeah.
yeah, you were expecting a little more resistance to this, but you're able to.
Soren pops out from the proverbial butthole.
I would then like
That is my
to do that thing where you rock back
What?
onto your shoulders and then flick up onto your feet.
With Jesse?
A kicker?
Yeah. You're frozen, Jesse.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Jesse's dying.
And tune in next time to...
Wait, did Jesse do the update?
Oh,
Okay.
there he goes.
Oh, Jesse's
What
back.
update?
You died, Jesse.
Discord
Okay.
has an update.
I would like to do that thing where you flick back
yeah,
up
mine
onto
has
your
an
feet,
update.
you know, like from a down
Yeah,
position.
no, I heard you guys. I
Kick-
was
kick up.
still here. I don't know why I froze. Feel free to give me an athletics check.
Athletics.
Or acrobatics.
Okay.
Or acrobatics.
His
Whichever's
video
higher.
is catching up with him.
Oh,
Um,
lovely.
14.
Yeah, you're able to flip up onto your feet. It's pretty cool. A lot of the goblins give a little gas.
I would like to kick Apollo in the face.
Give me an attack roll.
Attack roll.
Two.
Now maybe you should also tell him who you are now that you have him up there.
So Soren, you kick Apollo square in the face, and nothing happens. Apollo, you get hit in the face, and it feels like
Like it's somebody you know trying to not hurt you. Like,
And then
like
I-
if someone caressed your face.
I want to drop down to my knee, put my hand round his throat, and say, "Pin me, you idiot."
Give me a perception check, Apollo.
Okay.
to hear him talking.
It's everyone's chanting grog and stamping their
16.
feet. There's all types of noise and everything, but clearly, for some reason, Avrak seems to be speaking like Soren. Like he sounds exactly. This guy is trying to pretend to be Soren, and you heard him clearly say, "Pin me, you idiot!" As my
That sounds like something Soren would say.
camera flips out.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Uh,
it's Earth's turn.
No, it's Earth's if Soren's all done.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay.
Well, in that case, also I'd be looking this way.
My house is on fire, by the way.
That's not good.
Can I run by and try and clothesline Jim? And as I go by, go back to the rafters and jump back onto the ring?
You could try give me an attack roll.
Go. That's 16? 16.
Yeah, that'll hit. So you run up, and as you're going by Jim, you barrel him over as you kind of do a little nifty flip up into the ring.
Nice. That's so much damage I do.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's okay. It's a clothesline.
So just 2,
Plus 4.
so 6.
Ye-
Cool. Sweet.
Nice.
He's also prone, and put yourself where you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. You say anything or do anything cool?
No, I just jump up there and I jump around to the other side and I lean down on the ropes and just kind of glare at him.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Word.
need to get back to my place where I can do all my sweet stunts. Working down there is too hard. Fist fights suck.
Bar fight though.
Perfect.
It's at this point that a very groggy and confused Avrak
That's Grog.
comes crawling out from underneath the ring, and he stands up, and now all of a sudden there are two Avraks.
I look down at the guy that crawled out and I yell, Soren, great disguise. Hopefully Jim can also hear me.
Yeah.
Yes. It says we can talk anytime. It doesn't have to be our turn. So
Yeah.
yes.
No. I'm just trying to see.
Yeah. But I'm not doing it as like a ploy. I honestly think it's Soren.
Right. No, I know. He hears it.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I know that Dr. Wiener would never attack our comrades, and he's over there fighting Apollo.
Right. Exactly. Dr. Wiener is a stand-up individual.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Apollo, it's your turn.
So do I see that the real Avrak is out?
Yes, you do
Okay.
see a second Avrak come out from underneath the ring.
So at this point, I know that Soren is a disguised Avrak, right?
He's spoken in Soren's voice.
And he told you to pin him.
Okay,
You can
well,
pin
I mean,
him.
if I pin him now, it's not gonna matter because I know that he's disguised, or someone's cheating. So,
They don't know who's cheating though.
I'm gonna run towards the real Avrak.
You get a Soren if you want an opportunity attack on Apollo.
Damn it!
I would like to
recommend doing so.
I would like to reach my hand out, grab his hair, and pull his head backwards towards the canvas.
Give me an attack roll, Scott.
Good, because I'm really wanting Jim to betray Avrak.
And whilst doing it, I would like to shout, "Take
God
that,
damn
moon
it.
face," or whatever your name was.
What'd you shout at him?
Take that, moon face.
Solar face.
As I slam his head against the floor.
Roll up some damage.
I haven't hit anything in this match. Come on.
You feed yourself.
I don't know what to roll. I don't do attacks.
Um,
Ever.
Roll it, that's your strength.
I've got 1d6 for the Magimine. That's kind of all I do.
Well, if you're just trying to punch me,
Yeah.
you want
that would be what.
Plus
All right.
36.
So Apollo, you go to run, and all of a sudden you feel a weird yanking feeling, like at the back of your head, and you notice that you're no longer moving forward, and for some reason you can clearly see the top of the cavern before feeling a very sharp pain all through the back of your head as it hits the floor. And you are prone and on your back right here next to Soren.
I would like to pin him. No.
Gonna write a note there.
1, 2.
God.
No. All right. So after
Okay.
that
That's a note.
amazing, wonderful display of
I even
courage-
like drew out everything that I was gonna do. Fuck you.
You drew out your plan.
Yeah.
I made a comic book of all my wrestling moves.
All right. So Jim at this point gets up off the floor.
Then he does the dyna. Oh.
Does do the dinosaur.
I want to be standing over Apollo at this point in time.
Yeah, of course you want to be able to.
Oh,
Shout-
you definitely
Shouting
are.
at him.
What are you shouting?
You are useless in every way imaginable. Even though I've only just met you, you are the worst person I've ever had the misfortune of meeting. And you're incompetent.
You're yelling all this, which he can clearly hear over the shouting and the noise and everything. Jim looks. Everyone who's looking can see him looking back and forth between Avrak and Soren, and he just looks confused as hell. And the last thing that he happened to hear was that this guy right here is the real Soren in disguise. He runs over and attacks his buddy.
I mean, this is going exactly as I anticipated.
Exactly.
And he
I mean, this is going how I planned.
hits him in the back of the head.
It knocks him out.
I didn't even have to draw this one.
He slams him in the back of the head, and Averick just goes down. And on his way down, the mat just happens to be right there, and he smacks his head on there. And he's
Soren, no!
Soren is down.
As far as I
And
know.
He is on the ground. Meanwhile, Trundle over here is
He sees
getting
the most true emotion in my face as I think Dr. Wiener has just been.
Yeah.
You are so
The
worried,
doctor-
Earth. Your friend just crumbled to the ground after a
Yeah.
walloping. It's very dangerous. But Trundle over here is actually gonna try. He tries to grab onto you, Uki, and actually runs you to
Over with his car.
the ring and kind of tries to chuck you into Apollo, kind of like hitting him and dealing some damage to him. However, he can't get the proper grip on you, and he really you're set, you're sturdy, so he's not really able to move you all that much at all.
Right.
It's at this point that everybody hears a giant smashing.
You.
Oh man, Krog.
This entryway over here, both sides of the entryway of the doorway come like smashing in. Rubble goes flying everywhere, and the crowd just goes apeshit crazy, wild as
A 2'4" goblin walks in.
as Grog comes in.
Oh man. He's 2x2. The
And-
biggest
and
enemy we've
Makes
encountered.
his way, and just everybody goes crazy. You could see the like shaking his hands at the sky, like going into a fervor, and he's
You
just
sell it-
loving it.
See like a hawker stand on the side selling like Grog t-shirts.
How did we miss this guy? When we
Uh,
came in.
And I think this is where we either take a break or call it, or what do we want to do as far as time goes?
I can take a quick break and then come back if we want to do
I
that.
can do a break. I haven't gotten anything done this session. I
Well,
deserve something.
I
I
mean, you
yeah.
gotta get.
You
Get
put
something
Scott in
done.
a choke or a sleeper hold.
Well, let's say
Yeah.
5 minutes and then we'll be
Yeah,
back.
quick 5 minutes. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us, everyone. We'll see you shortly.